All right, welcome back to Dale Kramer's Custom Car. And so what we're going to do is we're going to set this motor in there, in Rusty. But what we got to do is I just got the motor mounts, the Holley motor mounts sitting on there. What I'll do, I think in the description I'll put the part numbers for everything. As you can see here, I put the McLeod clutch on. I had to buy the conversion flywheel. So I think the flywheel was $389 on eBay, and then the McLeod clutch was like $279 or something like that. Came with the throwout bearing and I'm using the 23 spline 4-speed on it. And then I had to get that clutch pilot bushing adapter. I'll leave the part numbers in the description. So let's. I set the Holley mounts on the K-frame down there. Let's see. As you can see, so I got to pull them off. We got to get them mounted to the motor. We got to get them mounted right there, one on each side. So let's carry on here, I guess, somehow. Huh? So I got to reach down in here and grab one mount. And these are the saddle mounts, So I wonder if I should keep you guys. Let's see what. Maybe that would be better yet to keep you like that, huh? Yeah, I'm thinking so. So, and they come with the bolts, So I need to get a 9/16, and I need to zip the zip tie off here because I put my bolts on there so I wouldn't lose them. And I'm not going to tighten them up. I'm going to keep everything loose until I get everything in the saddle, Then I'll start tightening some bolts up at that point. So that way everything can be fudged a little bit if it needs to be. So, and that's going to stay in there too. So I'm not going to take the hemi back out of it. Let's see here now. Let's grab this. Grab this. What did I do with my ratchet and stuff now? Let's set it down again somewhere. And I don't know where. Well, that is weird. How can you lose tools like that? Well, it's got my 9/16 on it and everything. I bet that's on top of the motor, I bet. Isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay. So let's, normally you don't want to crawl underneath the motor or anything, so try to never do that, what I just did. I wouldn't advise it. So what we got here is we got 4 3/8 bolts. Yeah, you put in on each side into the block. And I believe the mounts have to face backwards, so hopefully I'm doing this right. And the driver's side has got 5 holes in it, and the passenger side's got 4 holes in it. But you only use 4 of them. If the 5th one is threaded out on the driver's side, then you can use that one. I hope these are the right thread. They seem to be the wrong thread. Huh. So do I want to use that one? Yeah, let's use that one. That's going in there anyway. Now, like I say, I'm not going to tighten these up. I'm going to... Oh, what the heck? These might be metric here. I might be... Actually, I think they are metric. Let's see once here. Yeah, they are, Matt. They're 15 millimeter. Or are they 14? I gotta look here, actually. 15, yeah, I was right. I'm gonna back this out in case that motor turns. Well, here. Well, let's just back it out for now. Set that socket up there so we know where that's at. I guess they are 15 millimeters, so what would that be then? Is that a 10 millimeter shank? I can't remember now. Oh well. They come with the bolts, so that helps out a lot that they do. Oh, I hate this motor hanging this high. If something would go AWOL on it right now, it would be devastating. Okay, we'll snug them all up and then we're going to back them off a little bit. I want that mount to move just that little bit in case I need to fudge it a little bit to get it in the saddle. That's why we're going to do it that way. I'm not putting no Loctite or nothing on them. If I was racing and going 140 miles an hour, wheels up in the air, well, that might be a different story for your application. But we're just going to do 130, you know. So, if we're lucky. Okay, there. Moves just that ever so slightly. Let's see, now let's crank this nut out. And I prepare this. And we're just going to start the nut on the saddle bolt, and then we're going to make sure the two washers will be out so it sits down in the saddle. These are the best Mopar mounts that Mopar ever made, was the saddle type. Okay, now, pull this one out of the engine bay. Put this one on, we'll repeat what we just did. Now, I was saying on a stock chain member, you should run a 90-degree oil filter adapter because I guess these motor mounts are run right into it or something. Let's see. Well, mine right now is on the bolt here. Okay. Oh, yeah, that does put it right in the oil filter. Holy cow. So I have not put no oil filter adapter or nothing on this thing, and I'll do that in the car so I know what I got to do. Because now that's what a stock came member, and this is an AJE came member. I bought some jigs, and you can see that in the playlist when I installed it. I can look at the saddle mount bolt, and I look at it, and I'm wondering if I should run it the opposite direction of the bolt. But if I wanted to take the bolt out, the problem is you'd have to take the adapter off, wouldn't you? So it's probably best to keep the bolt the way it's running, where it's, the head of the bolt is towards the firewall, and then the nut is actually towards the oil filter adapter. So if you ever got to take the bolt out, you don't have to take the oil filter adapter off anyway, I hope. Okay, now that bolt there, I gotta use a ratchet wrench on or something the way it looks. Okay, I got them slight loose, but I gotta grab a, hopefully I got one handy here, a 15 millimeter ratchet wrench, which is right there. Okay. Now this is a 2015 Hemi. I bought it from a guy, and he said that they had problems with it. It made noises and it missed. Well, it had low miles on it. I took the motor, I inspected the motor, the camshaft was shot. The roller stopped rolling, and because it's roller cams in these motors. And the roller stopped and it wrecked the cam. I checked the bearings and everything, and the bearings were actually silver, like they were just put in. So, does this motor run good? I rebuilt the heads. Jeff's Machine out Hutchinson rebuilt the heads for me. This is all on playlist for this car. It's a 1975 Duster build, also known as Ruster. And so you can check all that out on the playlist. Just go on my channel and then click on playlist. And then you can watch what you want to watch. Anything from building a fish house to, I built the, I don't know what year was that now. Was that a 92 LeBaron convertible? I can't remember what year it was. I put a Hemi in one of them. And then I sold that. I bought a key member kit from Kenny X-Line, from X-Line Performance, and then I called Kenny and I asked him if I could still buy another one, and he said he stopped building them. He builds a lot of stuff for, I think it's NASCAR and stuff, I believe. So he said I was probably one of the last guys to buy one. He said the call wasn't great. And I think that's why you... Okay, so now let's get this nut all the way out. Okay, now I'll put it on here a little bit. And the washers will have to come out. Man, that bolt's going to be too long. I think it's going to reach into the adapter. I can see a couple issues coming up. Well, we'll just work through them. Okay, now, the jack stands are going to be in the way, aren't they? Yeah, looks that way. What am I going to do about that issue? Oh, I almost got to extend the arm out, don't I? Still, is that going to be enough? Get you guys in a different position here. Oh, wrong way. Okay. Almost looks like to me, I got the jack stands underneath the car, and then but I can extend that arm out, but then I don't know if the engine hoist will want to tip being that high. Oh gosh, I tell you. Now, how do I move them over? Well, the car is stiff enough I could jack up on one side, I suppose. Oh. God, I want to get this engine down if something would break on it. The thing's going to go fly and wreck a lot of things. I got to think this over real quick. Real quick here. What the heck am I going to do? Jack stands are beautiful right where they're at, but the legs of the hoist, they ain't going to work. And I can't come in at too much of an angle because, well, since the car is stiff enough, well, we're gonna play some deuces wild here, boys. I got an idea. We're gonna jack the car up again, and it's that stiff where I can take them out. I can take the jack stands out, get the motor over the hump. Hope this works. Let's see. I'm gonna move this now. Every time I think something's out of the way, it's way away from the car, and then it's in my way again. It's kind of amazing. Okay. I'm working on putting the jack under the thing here. And my creeper. Okay. Shoot this does. Okay, that's not looking too well on this side. I don't understand why, but see, I know. Afraid if I jack in the middle of that bar, I might bend that K-frame. Oh, I know why it's flat. That's right. The back's up on jack stands now. Well, I'm gonna look in here once. See what I can do here. Okay. Oh. Oh, we gotta set this side down, don't we? just got to be temporarily. Okay, I gotta move. I'm gonna put this on. All right, I got the car sport one jack stand and floor jack, and oh, what a mess. That look like I'm too far over. Wonder what I scratched up. I hit something there. Hope I didn't scratch nothing up. Gotta bring it down and pop the flood. And yeah, I am over to the passenger side a little. Oh God, is that alternator gonna hit that? One guy said he had to notch his out. Am I gonna have to? Well, I don't know yet. I might have to take that alternator back off too. If I can just get a crowbar out here. Walk this thing over to the right. Let's see how far over to the right do I gotta go. About an inch or inch and a half. Maybe one more of them. Yeah, let's go just a hair more. I don't want to go too much. Okay, that might be about right. Leave that out for a minute. Okay, so what we're trying to do now, let's get some light on this thing. Need some light. How about a flashlight or something? Oh, yeah, it's gonna be close. I got a gut feeling about that alternator. Let's see, what do we gotta do here? Okay, we're gonna lower it down a little bit and push it in a little bit. So we'll lower it down. Let's see how far we can go here. Okay. Not go too much. Okay. Push that in a little bit. Okay. Not too much, I think. Not too much. Now, I don't know if I should have took the bolts out or not, or what I should have did here, but let's go just a little bit more. Okay. Let's see where we're at here. Okay. I think we're doing good here. Okay. And so far we're doing pretty good here, except for the motor's twisted. It's got to go up just a hair, so that means the other side will probably come out then, I suppose. That means this side has to probably go in first, huh? Ooh, if I just had somebody lower it now. Perfect. I pull that ahead. Oh, this one ahead a little bit. Okay. What we're doing here, over there, there. This one, the washer is just caught. Very typical. Come on. Come on there. Come on, buddy. Okay. Okay, this side looks right. Okay. This side looks like it's going down there too, so let's lower some more. Okay. So why aren't we dropping in on this side? I want to get my fingers between nothing. Wow. Yeah, it's just that little tidbit off. I mean, oh. Let's see, I wonder if I can make this, bring that butt end up a little bit. Probably can't do it, I suppose. Let's see if I can just raise it up a bit more. That's the reason why I wanted the mouse loose. Just in case, if this would happen. Yeah, that's just off just a little bit. Did it go in now? I think it went in, didn't it? I think I got it going. Yep. All right. Okay, now Lower this a little bit more on. There it goes. Okay, we're in. Now, I gotta support the back of the motor with something. No, we're not totally in. Oh, well, okay. Okay, so what do I got? I need a. I could use a ball jack. I could use get my transmission jack, but I need that later. Uh, well, should I use it now? I got my ball jack too for the. How about if I use my floor jack, my other one, for now? Just yeah, let's do that. That sounds like a good idea. I'll put that right between the legs of this one. Boy, does that look nice sitting in there, though. Oh, man. It's not down all the way, though, yet. It's not hitting nothing. It's being a little fussy. Okay, so I need that much boxed in there. Okay, I gotta find some blocks here quick, guys. I took all my 4x4s outside, didn't I? Okay. Gotta put something underneath that oil pan, between the jack and the oil pan. Doesn't quite lift high enough. Maybe this will do it though. Oh my god. It looks so good I can hardly stand it. Wish I could stop for a minute and look at it, but it's not done yet, so I'll keep going here so I can. Well, what the hell? Box won't sit on top of it. Harbor Freight jack, I suppose. Let it down some more. I'm trying to get it. Gotta go down in the saddle mounts a little further, guys. It's not hitting nothing, so. Let's just jack down a little bit. Oh, my God, I almost need a break here. Yes. Oh my God, that's totally like that. The weight is in the mounts. Somehow I gotta get that motor down. Normally I would stand on the pulley and then it would go right away, but not in this case. So if I clamp the vice grip on that thing, that won't matter on the bolt. All I gotta do is kind of get it to vibrate down a little bit. Okay, that ain't working. I know I got them loose enough. I should anyway. Should I loosen them some more, maybe? Maybe I should loosen them some more. Try different things until we get it right, you know? It needs just a little bit, you know? A little bit. See, the way I got the car supported right now, can't sit and bang this thing around in all kinds of different directions right now. But it is definitely in the saddle mounts. It's not down all the way. And there's nothing hitting anywhere. So I don't know. I should just loosen them up a little bit more. I don't think I have to do that either. I don't know. I don't know what to say right now. You know, everything's made. It's just off that little bit, you know. I don't know if I should let the back of the motor down maybe here. Oh, come on, man. Let's try that. If I can get a hammer in there and just kind of put my 5-pound hammer on them bolts. Vibrate it a little bit. Freak it out a little bit, maybe. You gotta go down about an inch. And I can't get it to go. And I don't know why. If it's straight down. Much powder coating on everything, maybe? I don't know. Alternator's in the way of this one, I suppose. It's actually kind of loose. Is the motor clogged? I think it is. That's all loose. Ain't a problem. Okay, I need to get that flashlight over here. That over there. If you look at some things here once. What it looks like to me is the driver's side went down too far. You know, that's probably what it is. Driver's side went down too far and now it's clogged. Oh yeah. I gotta lift the driver's side of the motor a little bit and then she'll probably fall right in there. Shoot. That's the problem when you got a 4-lunger hoist thing. I'm just gotta take off the back left and the front, on the left side. So I'm picking up the right side of the motor more. Okay, let's do that. Now, did I tighten this up? I suppose I did, didn't I? No, I didn't. Let's see. Yeah, if we pick up the right, gotta pick up the driver's side. It's too far down in there already, guys. It fell down in the saddle and it wants to go down straight, but it can't because of this. Okay, there's that. Let's pull this one off. That was easy. Now let's pull up on the passenger side, or the driver's side. Well, that is a tight fit. Oh, on the passenger side probably fell in. The wall cover's touching the fender, so I'm sure that's all scratched to shit now. Yeah. I think I might have screwed myself here, guys. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Let's put her back together. Assess the damage. I'm sure I got damage now. Figure out where the transmission bolt is here first. Right on here. That thing is supposed to just fall together. I don't think so. Should get it off. And this one just kind of went around this one, didn't it? Yeah. Just that tight of a fit, guys. Too many companies made too many parts. And they use the jig, but then their jigs are all off sometimes. That side wants to fall in now. Well, I'm going to fight with this for a while. I'll be right back. All right, I think I'm getting there, guys. Boy, boy. Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, that's loose. I've had that before where I put a small block one time in saddle mounts and I had to force it in there. Well, that's what's going on here now, too. So what do I do? Okay. Let's see. She's going down in there. Those polyurethane mounts, you know, they're so stiff. They're not like rubber mounts years ago where they'd be forgiving, you know. How far down is this one? Maybe there's too much cog on it now, huh? Maybe I gotta lower the back of the motor down a little bit. There, we'll try that. Put some more weight on it. Force that son of a bitch! Oh. Well, what am I gonna have to do? Should it go down at all? Well, they're both about the same, but it's still not hitting nothing. There's nothing in the way. What am I hitting there? Wall covers ain't hitting. Well, I thought it'd be easier than that. Hmm. I'm afraid to take the bolt out. Not get the bolt back in there again. Huh. Okay. Well, let's get the flashlight on everything. Kind of look it over. If there's something we're missing out on here. Okay, so we're clear back here. We're clear here. Shove this down there where I can see better. Okay, the mounts ain't hitting the motor in any way. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Washers are in place. Okay. Is there anything hitting in the front here? No, the alternator's gonna be close. I can almost predict now already the alternator needs to come off right now. I gotta notch the frame off there again. Like that one guy said to me. So just barely gotta notch that extra lip off there. Okay. And then here. This looks good. I wonder if I just turn the bolt, the shank causes friction and maybe it'll drop. Okay. Well, anyway, this side looks good. Gotta look behind it now on this side. The saddle mounts can be a bear, but they're good mounts, but they can be a bear. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing hitting here either. I'm gonna try turning them once. If I spin them, they might lose their ground and then they'll fall in there. What size are them? What are they? I don't even know. What am I gonna use? Let's see. I'll try this 1/2 inch I got laying here. Wonder if they're 3/4 or 7/8 or 13/16. Let's try 13/16 first. See what size these are. 3/4, I bet. I bet they are 3/4, huh? 3/4. 3/4. Oh. What do I got for a 3/4? Let's try this 3/4. Maybe this 3/4 will fit that 3/4, huh? Because the 3/4 is the right size. It is a 3/4. Then I wonder if I should have got. Let's get a long extension. Okay, we'll get it right sooner or later, huh? We can stand back and look at it for an hour. Okay. Well, wrecked that extension. I guess I gotta clean that up, don't I? Let's see what this does. There's something anyway. That's the loose, slide it down. And I gotta get underneath the car for the back one, don't I? Oh, I love that idea. Well, That's the way it's gonna be, I guess. We're going underneath here. You know, maybe they ain't falling because the jack is too high in the back. Could be. God, that should give that much. But to tell you the truth, I think I'm going to have to take that alternator off because if this thing does fall down in place, it's going to hit that alternator. Shoot. It looks so good I can hardly stand it. Yeah. Let's lower the jack down on the oil pan a little bit. Put a little bit more weight on the mounts. Can you do that for me quick? Oh no, I'll get up. I got it, I guess. I'll put a lot of weight on that sucker. Oh, wait till the alternator. I gotta take that alternator off quick, guys. I think that's 15 millimeter, if I'm right. I think, or is it something else? And I'm gonna have to notch that out, so I gotta tell you. Yeah, I kind of figured that. Well, that's what that guy told me. He did this, so gotta trust his word. I never put a hemi in an A body, E body, LeBaron body, street rods, or you know what I should do? Oh, smart! I marked that right now, wouldn't I? Wouldn't I? Huh? Yeah, I got that painted up so nice. Now I gotta cut it. Oh, I don't want to cut that. Put a truck timing cover on there. And you have to just notch the hood then. Okay. Let's just put a mark right there. And it has to go straight down. But I don't have to cut much off, huh? I bet it's just gotta be right here. You said it was just a little bit. Well, we can handle that a little bit. Okay, I marked it. There. Okay. Finish what we were doing. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. Let's see, we got this bolt out. I gotta do this other one yet. Yeah, I'm just a guy floating around and living my life till the day I'm gone. That's all I got. All I got is things. That's all I got is things. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go set this wrench down so alternator will fall out of my hands and start up my engine bay. Because that's probably what would happen. Okay. Okay, there's the alternator. Okay. Now, what did we do here? Did we let the motor down yet or not? Not yet, I don't think, right? Yeah. All right, leave the ratchet under there. Move back under again. On this side, on the passenger side. No, that one even do it. Well, I can get that mount no problem under here. Okay. I'll try the other side. And nothing else, I'll loosen up the engine mounts on the block some more. And that might do it. And it may not. I don't know. I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. Okay, let's see. They're in the saddle mounts. It's just not going down. And the saddle mounts ain't hitting nothing. And the motor ain't hitting nothing. It's just cogged, you know. If I had a tranny on it now, it might actually help it, but it's not going to be for a little bit yet. Because I might go through it yet. No? Okay. Let's try hitting it one more time with the butt of the hammer. The sludge or whatever you want to call the thing. What would be better? This one or the other one? Boy, oh boy. I thought that sucker would fall in there. Well, looks like it's got too much of a cog now to me. I think it is actually. Let's try lifting some of it. Oh, what the hell is that? Wait. You know what? I think this side's down all the way, guys. I think it did go. I'm looking at it wrong. You know, I am. It is down all the way. Huh. There's holes another notch down. I don't know why. Why did it have two notches in there? Yep. Guys, we are in place. I've been fighting this thing and we're actually in place. There's nothing wrong here. I'm gonna go underneath and look. And I'll show you what was screwing me up. I thought that notch went lower. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull a nut off the front and make sure that bolt's sitting at the bottom of that saddle. And then I'll have to pull. God, I don't like crawling under here with this car. So, well, it's not the worst toy either. I'll check the driver's side first. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, geez, I've been fighting this for that long? Okay, so this one's maxed out. It's down to the bottom of the saddle. That's right. Maybe I don't have to notch it for the alternator. Okay. Oh my God, that'd be awesome. I don't think I have to. No, I drew on there. What did I do dry on there for? Okay. My mistake, guys. My freaking mistake. Holy cow. I gotta get up. What they did is they put holes in the bottom where you could slide the bolts through, and then they can't torque out of the saddle mount if I was drag racing it. Then it sets the pinion angle on the tranny a different angle for drag racing when the suspension is being slouched. Okay, now it's okay. So the passenger side one and the back of the driver's side one look correct. Wonder if I can zoom in there. Let's see, where is that? Okay, see where the engine mount bolt is there? Yeah, that's all the way down. Heck yeah. Okay. No, yeah, that's all the way down too. I've been ghosting myself, guys. Hounding the hell out of that engine mount for nothing. Okay, so here's what we gotta do. I wanna get the jack stands back in their properly spot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jack up the back of the motor, leave this floor jack under there. Let's jack this up so it's not so stressed out anyway, hopefully. Okay, something like that's gonna probably go right about there, maybe. And let's go high, I think. Come on. There it goes. I see. I start bringing it out of the saddle here. Okay. Yeah, right about there. That's where it's going to go. So let's put you guys on pause here. I'm going to get rid of this engine hoist. Well, I'm not going to get rid of it, but just kind of get this stuff out of here, get the car supported properly again. And then I can tighten up motor mounts. And I think I can put that alternator back on. I actually think I can get by with it the way it is. Now, you know. Okay, so the motor's down in the saddle. The jack is holding the back up. Let's put this thing on pause here while I clean this up. Alright, we're tightening up the motor mount. Last one here. I tightened everything else up already. I just gotta get my head in here and tighten this guy up. Okay. Now I gotta get the wrench out of there. Okay. I suppose we can mount the radiator back in there, huh? Oh, okay. Yeah. Looks like there's plenty of room for an intake manifold. Geez. No, that high rise would be a little too tall. I think that I gotta use that black one. But it's a little warped when I welded on it. I made it. I got a little warpage on it. If I could get that out, I think I can use it. I think I can. I think I can. Okay. Anyway, what should we do? Let's see, we're gonna put the radiator in that ain't we? So what we need these 4 bolts. Okay. Then we need ourselves a, I think we can pull this stuff out of here. Let's get this all out of here. We don't need this all in there. This is the engine mounts for the 5-inch stand, which I never did run it on. I built that whole stand. I was going to run the motor on there and everything. Hey, now I'm going to run it inside the car. Oh well. Okay. Now that I put that 7/16 back again. I probably did. Oh yeah, I did. Okay. Okay. Let's just leave that there for now. I gotta wash my hands up. I don't want to get my greasy fingerprints all over that nice new radiator. So I think tomorrow, if I got time, I'm not working, then I can get the bell housing maybe in. And then 4-speed, I got to think about if I'm going to go through that or not. Because I don't know for sure what I'm going to do there. I just don't like their silicone gaskets. That's the problem I'm having with it. Okay. Now, 2 volts and some hope. Okay. Let's that one in. Okay. I got everything in the wrong hand. This one in. There. And we got what? Two more to do. Okay. Oh, how are we gonna do them? Maybe I should have did them first because they slide down in there. I forgot about that. Well, thought I had it going. Yeah, I probably should have put them in there first. But hey, whatever, I guess. No, not gonna be that easy, huh? Well, come on. Okay, let's go try the other one. One at a time here. And we can get something done. Come on. Well, we got that one in. 3 out of 4 are in. It's like it wants to start, but then there it goes. Okay. Let's tighten them up for the heck of it. And if it's got to come out, then we'll loosen them and take it out. I guess I don't have enough tools out yet. I gotta grab a small extension here. Okay, so there it is. So what we should do is we should go on a tour, huh? Get a flashlight out. Let's go on a tour quick. I'll tour this baby up. Let's see how much juice is in this thing. Okay, that's good enough. Okay. Okay. Sweet. Hmm. Well, there it is. I guess I don't have to cut that alternator piece off, but boy, it comes close. I got that all marked up so pretty. Wonder how I can wipe that off. That's what I was going to cut out before. I thought the motor had to go down further. Oh, that one guy told me he had to trim that out, so must be different on every car. I suppose motor mounts and whatever you buy, I guess, probably a little different, huh? Yeah. Boy, it does look nice in there. Yeah. Look how nice that master cylinder fits in there now. Plenty of room for a coil there. That'll work out good. And I think those headers are going to work, but I'm a little concerned yet down on that lower control arm. Not quite sure though. I think it might still surpass that. Might go between that and the oil pan. I bet, huh? But yeah, everything seems to fit just fine. You know. Let's go underneath the car here, huh? Oh yeah. So you can see how the motor mounts fit. You know. That's the passenger side one. And you can see clutch and driver's side one. You know. So if I look at that, where the blue tape is, that's the exhaust ports. You know. Only thing that would be in the way would be this thing right here, but I think it comes closer to the block anyway. And then, yeah. So we'll try the headers tomorrow if we got time. And then I'll take a video of that. But yeah, it's pretty cool under here. See the Dana. Yeah. 373 track lock Aussie. And then we have 4-speed overdrive with a clutch. With cloud clutch. Street strip. Street clutch. And I got the blocks holding the back of the motor up for now. Motor mounts are tight. You can see what, I was having problems with earlier. See that hole? That's not actually a slot, that's a hole below the slot by itself. And I thought the motor had to go down because you look between the oil pan there and the bottom of the K-frame here. I thought the motor had to go down. But no, I was fighting myself. I had to stop and look, and then as soon as I stop and look, I go, oh, I'm the problem. So anyway, but yeah, everything's good. The EGE K-frame, yeah. But we'll try the headers, and then in the description, I'll put it in the description eventually. all the part numbers here I used. You know, there's my fake coilover right there. That box. I still there's a lot of work to do here yet. And my brake line in here, you know, ready for the rubber line. So I got lots of work to do here yet. Z-bars, bell housings. And the 4-speed, I don't know if I'm gonna. Maybe I'll just pop it in here the way it is, fill it up with fluid, and see if it leaks everywhere. Put a new rear tail shaft seal in it right away, but something tells me I should take it apart and just put all new seals in it. That'd be the right thing to do, wouldn't it? But yeah. Yeah. I guess we were unplugged here for a while. I was talking to myself again. But yeah, I was talking about the 4-speed here, and I was talking about my fake coil over there. You can see that strut rod. Yeah, I gotta get coilovers yet, but I don't know what size. I don't know. But yeah, so the 4-speed I was talking about, it's got silicone seals instead of the actual gasket seals that it should have. So by rights, I should take that apart before I put that in here. You know, so I don't know. I just don't know. God, to put a 4-speed back in here again. Oh my God, it's gonna be $1,700 before I'm done. You're looking at right there between the flywheel and the pressure plate. And shit, that's $600 right there. Oh well, this car is originally a 4-speed car. I wanted to bring it back, and I wanted to try 4-speed behind the hemi once, so I could feel the power. So anyway, that's the underneath of the thing. Everything worked really well. So okay, let's get back up to the top, huh? Okay, we're back up here. But yeah, you can see the room we got there. It seems like everything's gonna fit just fine. It'll still be easiest to change spark plugs in here anyway. Better than a 440 you would. So I built these with 440s and 3D3s and 400s already. Everything fits really nice. That's the cylinder. Oh, now, worst part is I'm gonna have to run a radiator hose across and then back this where the blue tape is there. That's the water neck. But the lower one is from there to there. So yeah. Anyway, my mic went out on me again. But these headers, I don't know if you caught that. Maybe you didn't. I was probably talking to myself again. But no. These headers are off is 32 or is 33 or whatever the Plymouth that we built on the website. It's also on my channel, him and I built. And these are actually his hemi headers for that car. Well, we were looking at them and, God, will they fit the Duster? Because if they fit the Duster, then I'll order a set. He said, well, you could have these, but if you just ordered me a set, and I'll keep my hardware and you can keep your hardware or whatever. But no, I think what I'll do is if these fit, I'll buy a set. And I'll give these back to him. Because these are actually built for his car. You never know. You buy another set of headers just like this. The pipe could be tweaked a little bit because it's so close to the steering that I think the best bet is to give these back to him. He's being a nice guy and just let me borrow these. So anyway, what I was saying too is, I built an intake a while ago, and the intake worked, but I had a vacuum leak because it was slightly, when I welded it together, all these welds I did on here, I warped her a little bit. I like to run it on this car, because it fits underneath the hood. At least I think it will. So, I got to try to see once what I can do there, But yeah, that kind of gives it a rough idea, So, yeah, we got a long ways to go. Lots of money to spend here. A couple hundred on coils, 400 or 500 on ignition for sure. Hoses and belts and tensioners and electric fans, and we do have an electric fan laying down here. Up there it is. I was going to see if that would fit this thing. Because if it fits this, maybe that's the one I'd run. I wish I could go with a mechanical fan. I like mechanical things better. Mechanical fuel pumps, mechanical fans. To me, they last longer, but today's electrical stuff, that lasts pretty long too. But anyway, guys, please like and subscribe, and Emmy's in the Duster now, so in there for good. Because now what I can do is tomorrow I'm going to fit those headers, see if they fit. And if they do, then I'll have to keep that in mind. And I want to list all these part numbers, so if you want to do the same thing. Because they claim none of this stuff fits, but I took a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and so far everything's fitting just fine. So far. Because they said, this won't mix with that, but they didn't say that wouldn't mix with this over here. Or take this part and put it over here. And so far I'm making it all work. No problem. Literally just bolting it together. So now what I want to do is I got the TA scoop that the guy had on here. I got that. I want to put that back on here. But I'm painting the hood flat black. But I got to do body work to it, as you can tell. There's dents in it. There's dents here and then over there. There's one over there. And over here and there. So I got to fix all that. I got the underneath all painted black already, but I'm sure I got overspray on that, so I might have to paint it black again. So I like to get the hood painted black, get the hood scoop on it, get that on the car for good. And what the goals are is to get this thing all jammed. I got to strip the 2 doors yet, get them in epoxy. Then I like to jam everything. Jam it all everywhere, green. So it kind of looks like this. That way then I can put the car together, and if I want to drive it, and I don't have a painter, I really don't want to paint the car. I'll do the jams and the engine bay and stuff, but I just don't trust myself on the outside because then people will make fun of it. They don't give a shit about all the mechanicals and the frame boxes and the frame connectors and everything I've done with this. You jack up one corner and the whole car goes up in the front end. That's how stiff everything is, but that's on another quick video. So, yeah. So next week, hopefully when it's warm out, I can get these doors done. So, but I still need a Z-bar. I got obviously the factory clutch pedals are in there. The transmission hump is factory. And all that stuff. Then I got the 4-speed over here. They had traction bars on there, and I think I might put them back on there, but I don't know if I'll paint them green or something. I don't know. I just kind of like the look of them hanging under there. They do work a little bit, but not as good as a pinion snubber or something like that. But I think it's just kind of neat to have them under there. But yeah, there's the 4-speed, and gotta make drive shafts. And, we got work on the bell housing to do yet. And, it's just a ton of shit to do yet. But hey, I'd say we're getting somewhere, ain't we? Yeah. So anyway, tomorrow we'll see if the headers work, and if they work, then we know that they work, because then they'll work good. Because if they work good, then I'll buy some because I know they work good. So that way, then yeah, and I'll tell my brother that they work good. So then yeah, in that intake, I like to scrape the plenums flat. Any tips on that? Anybody got an idea on that? How I can do that? It's just slightly warped. You know, if I silicone the piss out of it, it'd probably work, no problem. But and it did before, but I really would like to use that intake. I can't afford this $700 yet. If it was the LF, $179.95. Since it's Hemi, $4,025. You know. Oh well. It's all the royalties they gotta pay. Hey, Chrysler. Or Cilantro, or what is that called? Cilantro? No. That was it called that owns that companies. But anyway, yeah, we'll talk to you later. We'll take another video of the headers, see if they fit, and then I might work on these doors, get these all done. That way I'm done stripping parts. You know, I got the deck lid done. That's just sitting on there. Everything's done now except for these doors. So, and then the filler panel between the grill and the fenders, and you know that all has to be done. Yeah, that's little shit. It's this big stuff that I'm wanting to get done. Then, like I say, I like to jam it all because that way then I could put the car kind of together. You know what I mean? In a way, make it drivable. There, I can drive it this winter. No, I'm just kidding. No, I will not drive it this winter. Not up here in Minnesota. Maybe down south. Maybe there she is. Please like and subscribe, guys, if you can. I really need some subscribers, guys. I need to keep this channel above water. I really need people to subscribe. I'm begging. If you don't find it informative, then I guess you don't. But I should just give my subscribers the part numbers for all this stuff. Let everybody else figure it out. If I can't get subscribers. Okay, but I don't want to be that way. Okay? I don't want to be that way. Have I been yet? No, not at all. Anyway, peace and love to everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.